After my review of the Bambulab P2S, I thought it was time to upgrade this beautiful machine. With hundreds of modification, upgrades and accessories for the Bambulab P2S, I decided to choose a bunch, and if you are interested in upgrading your machine, this video is for you. Alright, let's jump right in. Hey guys, my name is Alessio and this is Pixel Forge Lab. First up is the new P2S riser AMS Flipper by Sanja 3D, from which I did already 3D printed a bunch of risers for my P1Ss. If you haven't seen the video where I 3D printed the most downloaded AMS risers, make sure to check it out. Sanja 3D is, for my preferences, the best designer out there on Maker World for AMS risers, and didn't disappoint one bit with this new version for the P2S. Nice, slick, simple design, and yet very sturdy and functional. I 3D printed it with PLA, but PETG or ABS will do probably better in terms of strength. Let's assemble it. It's just a matter of snapping all the pieces together. The frame has this clever feature with opposite locking system that allows the frame to stay together. Then lock in the glass stoppers in the back, another cool feature. Last on the frame, we add this little plate in the slot where you would pass the wire for an optional LED strip. The AMS2 Pro has 4 feet to install. The back are different from the front and they are angled for better reach the opening. The front feet are a bit tricky shape-wise, easy to confuse their position. But again, the guide is pretty clear. Snap them in place and then we can mount it on the printer. Remove the lid of the printer. Place the frame on top of it. It's a perfect fit. No wobble, just perfect. Slide the lid back in. Attach the handle hook. Make sure that the lid slides freely, no friction. Place the AMS2 Pro with its new feet on top and make sure the holes match the position. Then use the 2 3D printed screws to lock it in place. I used matte PLA, which does create more frictions, but totally fine. Now we can test the new handle on the glass. Links below. Which works a treat. Last, we attach the connector plugs from between the printer and the riser. This will literally bind the frame to the printer. Just one suggestion though, don't attach the front central connector. It will collide with the PTFE tube from the tool head, so remove it altogether. All done. Second mod, we have the P2 and P1S Poop Chute and Under Printer Storage by AJ. This upgrade is definitely a useful touch for my 3D printers, having so many tools spread around the studio and no real place to put them. And it comes with many add-ons, including an internal poop chute, dual drawer or single bit drawer, and Gridfinity compatible for any tool you'd like to put inside the drawers. I 3D printed both single drawer and dual drawer for my P2Ss. To print this, I used a range of POLYMAKER PLA Pro, gray and white. And for the poop chute, I used their new PETG, which works wonders. A little mention about the poop chute. Recently, I posted a video where I 3D printed the most downloaded poop chutes on Maker World, and I used PLA for them. But some users kindly suggested to use PETG instead, to avoid the poops to stick to the PLA slides of the chutes. Which was a great suggestion. See, I read all the comments and I listened to every single one. Back to the drawer. Printed on 10 plates and multicolor, but that's a choice. Let's assemble it. Unfortunately, I lost the clips where I glued the main frame pieces, but thankfully there is a guide for this one too. I love how clever this system is. As you can see, there is also space for 4 build plates inside the drawer to keep them away from dust and debris. Here we can see the poop chute 3D printed with POLYMAKER new PETG. Shout out to POLYMAKER for sending it. Links below. This is the one big drawer version, which I prefer. It gives more space for Gridfinity add-ons. And here is the other version with 2 drawers for my second P2S. Still pretty cool, just less space. This instead is another type of drawer, still from Sanja 3D, for my P1S, where I took and remixed the handle for the big one. Now we can test how well the drawer slides. I'm not gonna go in details with the Gridfinity grids, there are plenty of videos out there. But suffice to say that in Fusion 360 you can pretty much create any size to fit your tools. Then I'm gonna place the poop bin, also 3D printed with POLYMAKER new PETG, to avoid poops to stick to it. After that I'm gonna place all the little add-ons, the toolbox, the scraper, the glue, and all the nozzles for P1S and P2S. Really love these ones. Close the drawer and place the feet adapter for the P2S. Because yes, this drawer works perfectly with the P1S too. Just don't add the feet adapters. Now we can finally place the printer on top of the drawer. Make sure to check everything fits properly, allowing the printer to still wobble for vibration compensation. This build gave me an idea. What if I motorized the drawer? Well, this is where the sponsor of this channel comes into play, PCBWay. PCBWay, the sponsor of this channel. Now, if you don't know it already, PCBWay is the industry leader when it comes to PCB manufacturing and 3D printing solutions. PCBWay is CNC machining, sheet metal, and 3D printing. From custom circuit boards to innovative 3D printed prototypes, PCBWay offers unparalleled quality, fast turnaround times, and competitive pricing. Check the link below for your first order to get $5 discount. In this mod upgrade, we can include the Gridfinity holders for P1S and P2S nozzles and Bambulab P2S toolbox. Obviously, all the links will be in the description below. In addition to all that, you can print the glue tub and Bambulab scraper holder Gridfinity compatible too. Third mod is very simple and quick to print and to install. P2S dust cover for the holes on the bottom by Dummy 1988. No need for time lapses. Just place them in their respective holes and you're done. It's a little but nice addition to the already handy new bottom for scooping up filament residue. These little dust covers will prevent debris to get under the bottom. Recently, I wanted to improve my time lapses, so I purchased the CyberBrick time-lapse kit from Bambulab, and you can check this amazing time-lapse that I did on my shorts right there, and the link is in the description and in the cards. The hanging cable plus the AMS cable were in the way. That's where the fourth mod comes in, the P2S AMS 2-hub cable management, again from Dummy 1988, which comes in single and double. In my case, double, and no screws or glue is required. Very simple to mount. Just remove the PTFE tubes from the AMS and the external spool holder and the buffer. Insert the print, reconnect the PTFE tubes, connect the cables, and you are done. Very tidy and neat cable management. If you often print ABS, ASA, or other engineering filaments that requires high temp and you want to avoid warping, the next modification is what you're looking for. For the fifth mod, we have the P2S auxiliary fan diffuser by Rowland. On this one, I use standard ABS. Installing it is very straightforward. Just snap it into place and you're done. I haven't had the chance to test it quite yet, but I did read all the reviews before printing it, and it seems that it does make the difference. Let's trust our community for this one. And last but not least, as a bonus mod, we have the Ultimate Scraper for P1S, P2S, X1C door by Bison Prints. It is true that it's plastic and maybe won't scrape as much as the standard scraper, but I do like the feature on the other end that will help you removing the purge lines. Plus, having an easy way to open and close the door is really handy. And lastly, the final mod upgrade. Very simple, but hugely helpful if you, like me, have multiple 3D printers, especially the same models. I have 2 P1Ss and 2 P2Ss. And I gotta say that sometimes I get confused which one I'm sending the prints to. With this, the custom printer door nameplates by Rye Bread, you'll be able to fully customize the label of your 3D printer. I simply added a nozzle SVG on the model and numbered my printers. I really do appreciate the work behind this 3D print. Thanks to the maker. Before I leave you guys, I just wanted to mention that I just turned 50 and my back hurts a lot, especially working on my desk, then the table, then standing and sitting and do that constantly all over again. It really took a toll on my back. And that's why this section of the video is sponsored by Flexispot.
Getting older sucks, but here's where Flexispot comes to help. Attach the brackets to the beam. We adjust the length of the frame. Affix the tabletop, installing the leg columns. Attach the feet, making sure orientation is correct. Fix the keypad, connect the wires. Attach the cable tray. Attach the cable cover. Attach the feet pads for balance. And we are done. So now I can enjoy a completely different working experience by raising up the desk to desired height according to my needs, both sitting and standing. This is the Flexispot E7 Pro 2026 that comes with many different finishes from chipboard, bamboo, multiplex, solid wood, and MDF. Also, you can choose from 2 different keypads, simple and illuminated version, plus different tabletop sizes according to your needs and space. Such an improvement after many years of just sitting oddly. And finally, my back will be thanking me for this. Actually, thank you so much Flexispot for sending this unit for testing. Make sure to check the links below.
And we are done with this pretty cool mods. I gotta say that I do love printing mods and accessories for my printers. It's so much fun. I hope you found this video useful. If so, please do consider to subscribe, like, and leave a comment below for any questions. I do read and reply to most comments, except the one about my nose ring. Remember to check the P2S review, the best AMS risers, and the best poop chutes on my channel. Links below. Thank you so much for watching, and as usual, I'll catch you on the next one.